All right. All right. Good.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another Wednesday. We're gonna call it, as my man Mike calls it, Wu Tang Wednesday. This is your man. This is your co-host Kay, and I can't do it alone. I got my man to the left of me, to your right. We got my man Mike on another episode of the Illadelf Rap Podcast. Mike, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Better than I
Good.
was over the weekend.
You must be referring to the Giants game.
No, before that,
Oh, before that. Okay, what
I
happened
wasn't
before
feeling
that?
too well before that.
Oh, okay, well, you're here with us, man. I got a chance to, talk to you off stage on Saturday. We were pretty much chilling and whatnot. Shout out to Manny. Manny kept laying on my legs, man. Like Manny, I think Manny's a freak. Yeah.
Manny's the dog, by the way.
Oh yeah, Manny's a dog.
Nobody thinking nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. Oh, no worries. You're good. You're welcome. Sorry about that. That was our tutor. That was our resident tutor right there. Shout out to Esperanza College tutors. If you need them, they'll be available. Yeah. Yeah. So we were pretty much discussing. So I was watching the Knicks over the weekend. What's your take on the Knicks so far?
I mean, they look okay so far. It's like they
Okay.
don't really know who like the leader of the team is, basically. Like they're like all over the place. Like
So
I
what's
know
your
Julius Randle got like off to a slow start this year.
okay? Yeah. I was going to ask you about him. I was going to ask you about what's your take on
He really falling
Julius
out of favor with me anyway. But
Julius
I like Julius,
Scissor
but
Kick Scissor
sometimes
Kick Randall.
he's making me mad in that Clippers game because he kept passing them open three-point shots.
No, he was making those shots though. I got mad when he started making those shots, and the other time he doesn't make those shots. You know, but I think he's just getting back at the Clippers for the Clippers baptizing him last year when Norman Powell dunked on his head, made him fall and stuff like that at the Garden. So I don't think he forgot about that, and I don't think his Knicks teammates let him forget about it. He's like, yo, you remember when Norman Powell dunked on you? He came baseline. As a matter of fact, he even go baseline on you. He went out baseline. He came out and came back in and dunked on you. Boom, and made you fall. But yeah, as you know, like the Clippers were playing. This was James Harden's first game with the Clippers, and he didn't do too bad. I like what I'm seeing from the Clippers, but I think we just need to have like spacing and just allow James Harden to get acclimated to the team. A lot of people are telling me that oh, congratulations on getting our problem, and he's going to make y'all lose it. He's going to leave and stuff like that. I don't think so. I think James Harden wants to be there by the way he was playing. I mean, he was hitting all his
They
shots
said it
within the
about
rotation.
Brooklyn and Philly.
Yeah, they did. They did. But I mean, for some reason, it's like I used to kind of like hate. No, I don't hate James Harden's game. I actually like his game, but it's like people used to complain about his game, myself included. But when I actually watch it and he's playing for your team, it's not half bad to look at, because he gets to the basket, he makes passes, he gets his shots, he gets his mid. He's a good mid range shooter too, by the way. Quite as kept. Like he doesn't just
Yeah.
like pitter patter with the ball, and then next thing you know, he steps back and hits a three. No, he can do that too, but he can definitely get to the mid range. He can definitely get to the basket, and he makes his free throws. So it's like, yeah. So I mean, so far so good. I think he's going to be a little motivated today because we got Brooklyn tonight. So I think he's definitely going to be motivated. The Brooklyn faithful are going to be in attendance. They're going to be booing him and stuff like that. So get ready for that, James. Hopefully, Russ comes to play, Kawhi comes to play. PG will, probably drop like 20 this game because he had like 6 or something like that last game. So, but yeah, that was pretty much my weekend was cool. The Jets lost on Monday. We got Molly Wop.
At least it wasn't like the Giants. Then I don't even know what you want
No,
to call that.
I mean, yo, we got trash though because I mean, how many times did Zach Wilson get sacked? This is how you know Zach Wilson got sacked a lot because you got to say how many times did he get sacked?
But you
He
know
got
what?
sacked. Go ahead.
You know, I'm not even too upset because we're down to our third string quarterback right now. Once you get to the
DeVito.
third string, your series is basically over.
Yeah.
because I don't
Yeah.
know when Tyrod Taylor coming back.
Mm-mm. When's Danny Dimes coming back?
He
Is
off for
he
the
coming
season.
back?
No, not
Oh, he's
not
out
this
for the
year.
season.
At the
Ooh.
ACL tear.
Mm. But Tyrod Taylor is good though. 'Cause I remember
I
when
know,
he,
but
I
he got
remember
rib injury or something.
ooh, yeah. 'Cause
So you don't know when he coming back.
I remember when he quartered for the, I remember he used to quarter for the Bills back in the day.
I
Yeah,
like
he was
Tyrod.
actually all right.
I
Yeah, I
like
like
him.
Tyrod Taylor too. Yeah, I like him. I like him. I hope he gets better. Speedy recovery to Tyrod Taylor. Um, Zach Wilson, everybody, the jury's still out on him in regards to what he's going to do. Because I mean, I was running ball with some of the guys today. Shout out to the guys at GFS. And they were talking about like, oh, Zach Wilson's garbage. He's terrible. This and that. I was like, no, he's actually good. He just holds on to the ball too long. That's all. That's just what young quarterbacks do. They hold on to the ball. They try to make something out of it. And instead of throwing the ball away and just getting another down, he just tries to run and he gets sacked. Sack lunch.
Yeah.
But to his
He's
credit,
actually not playing that bad this year.
thank you. Thank you, Mike, because I was just about to say that. Because to his credit, he's actually making some pretty good throws.
Yeah.
And he's making like the throws he was making to like Tyler Conklin, CJ Uzuma, he caught a couple passes. Garrett Wilson caught quite a few passes. Alan Lazard caught some passes too. That's four receivers I just named.
Hmm.
Two tight ends and two receivers. So that means it's not like he's not throwing the ball to any particular receiver. He's throwing the ball to everybody.
Yeah.
Whoever's open, he's getting it to him. Actually,
I
that's
think
what.
he got Brees Hall out the backfield catching passes. I seen him catch a couple of passes
Yeah.
against the Giants.
Got Brees Hall. Brees Hall getting yards. I think the only person who's kind of unhappy on that whole team right now is probably
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook. He's probably a little unhappy because he's not getting the ball. But I mean, what are you doing though?
Hmm.
You get like 4 yard runs. Brees Hall's getting like 6, 7, 8 yard runs per down and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So who do you think the ball's going to go to? It's going to go to Brees Hall, and he can catch. So,
Yeah. They both
you
good receivers out the backfield, but I
yeah,
see what you're saying.
yeah, but just Zach just has to hold on to the ball, just get rid of the ball a little bit quicker and stuff like that. If it's incomplete, it's incomplete. It is what it is. Just give him like a 50-50 chance to get it because Garrett Wilson can go get it. It's just so but yep. So yeah, other than that, also Mike and I, we've got a chance since this is in the dawn of Wu Tang's anniversary. Um,
Tomorrow.
we got a chance to watch, even though I already saw the series already, but I wasn't going to ruin it for Mike. I was going to just let Mike watch it. So I got a chance to chill out with Mike on Saturday, and we got a chance to watch the Wu Tang Saga season 1. And so far so good. I mean, I like it. Mike has some apprehensions about it and stuff
But
like
you know
that.
what? I'm
So
sorry.
I'm
I changed my
go
mind on
ahead.
that. I changed my
No, go
mind now that
ahead.
I watched a
Whatever,
few
Mike. It's
episodes.
cool.
Now listen, because yeah, I was upset at the fact that the story wasn't as factual as it should be, but I
Okay.
get where it's going. I get what he was trying
Okay.
to do. I see
Mm-hmm.
how they're trying to make a story out of how the move formed and how he
Mm-hmm.
started making his beats. I see all that, so I see
Right.
the story. So it's cool. I'm cool now.
Okay. All right. I mean, there was
I
some
like the
there were
show
some
now.
holes. There were some holes in it, of course, because some of these actual I'm gonna say situations that the members were in, they're just kind of like, just to protect the families and stuff like that and everything. Um, but yeah, I mean, most of the stuff was together. Now, what I didn't know, back in the day, now if you watch the Wu Tang, like the Wu Tang saga, and you watch the documentary, did you get a chance to watch the documentary yet on Showtime?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, all right, cool.
That was right
Because
before that last little album they made came out, right?
right,
Yeah, I saw
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, and I was like, I mean, I didn't know that, like, a couple of these Wu members didn't get along like that. I never knew. I never knew about Divine and stuff like that, and the roles that he played, like, with the Wu Tang and their contracts, and
Yeah, I didn't know
you,
that until I saw the documentary.
yeah, that was wild, and it was wild. It was even more wild that you can tell there's still some dissension among the Wu a little bit in regards to Divine, because they kept interviewing Divine from another location, whereas they had the Wu and they had all the Wu like in the movie theater, and they were just sitting there talking,
Yeah,
about how they met and what albums they liked what albums they liked the most, and different, when they were doing different collaborations on each other's albums and stuff like that, so but yeah, Um, yeah, I saw some, different like loopholes and stories and things like that. But you got to watch season two. Season two, I think you'll appreciate season two even better.
I didn't know there was actually 3 seasons to this show, so I have to watch. I got a lot of catching up to do.
You do, I think because season three is when I think season three will be the new season, I believe. Because season two, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But we all know the Wu Tang story. Like, Wu Tang came out in what? They came out in '93.
Yeah,
All right, so they came out in '93, of course, and also, Mike, you can correct me as I go along. They came out in '93 with Enter the Wu Tang, and that hit the ground running. Like, I mean, what was matter of fact, walk me through it, Mike. What was your feeling when Wu Tang Clan came out with Protect Your Neck, which was their first video?
I was right. I said I think I found my new favorite group
Mm,
because for
mm,
years EPMD was my. They still are one of my favorite groups, but for years
okay,
EPMD was the group for me.
okay,
Now I'll
okay.
explain why later,
Mm-hmm,
but when Wu came out and then I like started listening to him, like when they came out with Check Your Neck, and when I heard the album, it's
mm-hmm.
like 8 or 9 dudes with different styles, and they all fit well. You never you
Together.
never you
Mm-hmm.
never really had that before.
Yeah, you never like the only time you would actually see that, like 8 or 9 guys like on one track or something like that is maybe like maybe group records or what we used to call back in the '90s like posse cuts and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
but they weren't
Like
like affiliate. I mean, they was like they probably was cool, but they weren't like a group. But
right,
like the thing about that is, you got a track with like 9 people. It's going to be at least one person is corny on the album. It's really on the song, but it's really not. I mean, you can make an exception for like certain people, like Old
mm-hmm.
Dirty, but I wouldn't call Old Dirty corny because he lightens up the song sometimes. He makes the
Yeah,
song cool sometimes.
yeah,
You could probably
like
argue that you guys is probably worth the worst out of the
mm-hmm.
group, but even sometimes he has a little gem or two here and there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then with Protect Your Neck, it was just like the way that song was, like the tempo, the beat, like the samples, like and then they were just like, and I think when I was watching like the Wu Tang, like the Wu Tang saga, like those episodes, like RZA didn't say, yo, you rap, you rap, you rap, you rap. No, they were just like, yo, I want you to rap first, you
Hmm.
rap second, you follow up with him, you go after him. As a matter of fact, and then I heard they were switching a lot. Like because I think there was a time when Old Dirty was supposed to go first, but he didn't. Old Dirty was like in the middle
Hmm.
because he did like more of like the bridge and the chorus and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And then he goes in. Just like if you ever heard like Mystery of Chess Boxing. Like I love how like the Wu on that song, like they kind of like introduce him like in a
yeah.
way because he's like on the chorus, he's like oh, like
He kind of
like you
like like breaks up the. No, I won't say monotony. That's the wrong word, but he just kind
no,
of
like
like
he keeps it loose.
yeah,
Like yeah, he keeps it real loose and stuff like that. Whereas like what you're gonna get with Meth, right? Like on any Wu Tang album, like you can tell by Meth Man like his cadence and stuff like that, like the way he raps, boom, 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 boom. And like with Ray and Ghost, you're gonna get either some cocaine laced rhymes with a story behind it, also with Ghostface, like you're definitely gonna get some old off the kilter, but it fits. But
yeah,
everything like fits. Everything like kind of fits in the clan and stuff like
yeah.
that. So, and I think now another question to you, Mike, is do you think that there's ever gonna be like a super group like that, like ever again?
Um, it might not. It won't be like them.
Right.
I mean, people put super groups together all the time.
Yeah,
Like
but
I
this,
me
but that was
searching on
but
like
Wu Tang was organic though. Like they
yeah,
were
they. I don't think it's
together
gonna be
and
like that again.
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like that either.
You
I
could put like groups together, but I don't think it'd be like that.
right, right. Like
Like you can't put like a MOP and a EPMD together. They're like two different styles. I mean, even though Wu had all different styles, but still, I don't think that'll work. They rap about two different things,
right.
and
Mm-hmm.
like I
Like
don't know how to the world would accept that, but it might be one day. Somebody
mm,
try it. Like People like people try to like NWA.
Hmm.
You know, because
Okay,
I remember
that's
back
one.
back in the day,
Hmm.
what did the group called? Boys in the Hood. They labeled themselves as the
Hmm.
next NWA,
Right.
which was ludicrous to me.
Yeah, I don't know why you're going to compare that. That was a. But I don't know, with Wu Tang and NWA because, well, yeah, because, but see, only reason why I can't really compare them because not every member of NWA had a successful career solo. Like, because remember with Wu,
Yeah,
they came together. They were together with under the 36 Chambers, but
yeah.
then Method Man got his solo album, which was Cow, which probably went platinum. I'm guessing it went platinum. Then see who was next. Who got their album next?
I
Was it
think
Ray?
it was either Jizza or Old Dirty. One of them two had the album next.
And both of those are certified. Jizz is drawn, Five Mic Material, Platinum, Old Dirty, Cult Classic. Then Ray came out with his in 95, 96. Then Ghostface came out with his. Like, and all those were classics.
I
Like,
think
it's
Ghost came out first.
Ghost came out with his first?
Yeah, Iron Man was
Okay.
first before Ray.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow. I swore that Raekwon's drawing was before Ghostface's joint.
no,
No, wait. I
Ghost.
think Ghost was no way. I think Ray was before Ghost because
Sure. I know Ray. I know Ghost came out the winter in '96. I remember buying it.
and Raekwon came out like in the
He came out in the summer.
spring summer. Ooh, that was man. That was the one. Yo, listen. For all you though, for all you like old heads out here and young bucks and stuff like that. I'm gonna say from '94 to I'm gonna say like '99. It was a Wu Tang summer. It was a Wu Tang summer.
You get that '93 in there. No, you can't because they came out late '93. They came out like
Hmm.
November.
Yeah, November '93. That was when. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Tomorrow's the anniversary. Yeah, November.
Yeah, because I remember that. I remember that day. I remember that day because I went down to was it Sound of what's the Sound on Broad Street? It was on Broad Nominee,
Oh yeah,
and
Sound City. I think that's what it's called.
yeah, Sound City. Shout out to my man Chauncey who used to work there.
And I
And
remember, I remember. What year was this? '92. 91 or 90, whatever year niggas flights came out. I walked to Broad Nominee to buy it from there,
oh shoot.
and then I walked back home. And
Oh, okay.
I lived in West Oak Lane, so that's a nice little hike.
Oh yeah, but you
But I
had Wu
really
Tang.
wanted that tape.
Yeah, you put that joint right in your Walkman.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Like you could tell, like I got the authentic retail with mine.
yeah,
That might have been maybe best $22 that I paid for because I got a two. I had two of them because Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Sometimes they put some of those albums on sale.
yeah.
And Pete Rock and CL Smooth. I believe that was regular price. I think that was like 11. I think that was like 11, and like Wu Tang, it was so many Wu Tang drums. I think Wu Tang was like 9. So, and what was crazy was most of the new albums came out on Tuesday. You couldn't buy it. You couldn't really buy it like on a Monday. But if you buy it on Monday, you can get it, but you won't get a receipt. So if there's something wrong with
yeah.
the tape, you can't take it back. You're gonna have to just eat that. So I remember that. Yeah, I remember I came to my man's crib, my man Jay and June, who live up the street from me at 909. Shout out to Jay and June
Mhm.
and the Simon family. And I remember putting in their stereo. We listened to the whole thing all night. Man, that thing. I mean, we listened to Pete Rock and CL Smooth in the morning, but that Woo was different. That Woo was real different because we saw the video, and this is when I'm showing my age here. This is when in high schools they had the televisions up there
Yeah,
on
I
the
remember
thing.
those.
Man, listen,
Talking about King, right?
shout out to King. Yep, King had it the
Yeah,
same.
because
Cause King,
I remember
yeah,
watching the Protect Your Neck video in King on the box. We
on
used
the
to always
box.
play the box in our advisory class.
Shout out to the box that was showing Protect Your Neck. I'm trying to figure out what else did they show. They show Protect Your Neck. They show Adina Howard. What was it? What was it? Freak Like Me or something like that. Bob, you want to do it all right? Yo, we used to be hyped for Adina Howard. I don't know any. If you
I
grew up in
bought
the
the album
'90s,
for the album cover.
I brought that same thing with the Little Kim album
Well, I
and
bought
Trina.
that. Yeah, that too. But I bought it because I liked Little Kim at the time. But
I
yeah, I
definitely
did.
yeah.
Yeah, the album cover did help. But I bought it because I was a fan of Kim.
Yo, you know what other album? You know what other album I bought too because of the album
Foxy.
cover? Foxy Brown's another one. Um, Akinelli was another one. Akinelli's joint was crazy. I,
I don't know.
I was like,
I don't remember
yo,
seeing it. I don't know.
they're actually taking pictures of this.
Huh?
Look it up one day when you get a
Uh,
chance. Google it, right?
I wasn't
Another
a big
Akinelli.
Akinelli fan, so I don't.
I mean, I like Akinelli. He had lyrics. You know, what I mean, he was good. Plus, he was a large professor. So I'm like, all right, cool.
That's
Like
like
he
the
gets
only song I liked him on because I liked the other people that was on the song. Talking about Back to the Grill again, right?
Back to the Grill again was
Is that
good.
is that he
Yeah.
was he on there? Is that
Um,
that's
I,
the track he was on, right?
yeah, that was on Search Joint.
Yeah. That's
And
the only.
then he was on Main Source Joint. He was on Live at the Barbecue.
Oh yeah,
And
I think I
and
remember
then
being one.
because I remember he had the bomb. It's the bomb, baby. It's the
Yeah.
bomb, baby.
Hmm.
That
Oh
joint,
yeah,
I
I
was
forgot
on
about
there.
that song.
And then I Still Love Her. I remember that joint. Now, let me tell you about that song. I Still Love Her by Akinelli. He was really talking about Schmortion. He was talking about that. And a song like that played now, oh, no.
I remember
They have
the
him
first
banned
time I
quickly.
heard "Put It in Your Mouth" on the radio. I was like,
Oh
"What? They
yeah,
playing this
yeah.
song on the radio?"
And yeah, and the girls loved it. I remember some girl was singing that to me at the bus stop one day. Put it in my mouth, in your mouth. Can you not keep me out? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. What class? What class are you in? Oh, for real? You in? Oh, really? What chart are you in? Oh, HRT. What you know about that song? Put it in my mouth. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I gotta. What's your name again? Nicole. Okay. Pleased to meet you, Nicole. You're a little old to be in 10th grade, aren't you? Oh, you got left back a couple times. Oh, all right. Okay. But my digress is Akinelli was one of them. Another one that was crazy too. That had a crazy album cover, of course, Luke. I
Yeah,
mean,
Luke.
yo,
Yeah,
they could definitely not sell those album covers. They had to put like a
yeah,
bag over
yeah.
like it was a Playboy magazine or something, or a Black Tail or something like that. And I couldn't wait because I actually bought Luke. I couldn't wait to get that album home. I opened that joint up.
I bought
Oh
the.
yes.
I had the Band from USA album. That's as far as Luke
Okay.
as I go.
Yeah, I had the Captain. I had Captain D. I had that joint. The joint with Doodoo Brown. That joint on there.
Yeah,
Doodoo
I had the
Brown.
single. I ain't had it album. I had the single, but
Mm.
because I was thinking earlier because like
Mm-hmm.
somebody was blasting Cardi B when I was driving down the street.
Okay.
So
Shout
I
out to
was like,
Cardi
I
B.
can't stand Cardi B.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, she do say sometimes she might say something high. So because that Bodak Yellow song, I couldn't stand it at first. I just like the beat,
Mm-hmm.
but I actually listened to it.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. But
It's like Luke. It's like Luke. Luke. Like, do you ever? I mean, do you ever like Luke Skywalker for lyrics?
no.
So I mean, because all his listen. I think right now, if you play that song right now, like you go down the street and play that song loud as you can, I guarantee somebody's gonna start dancing to it. I guarantee it.
I think I'll Run the Rock still that's not I think that still get the crowd going if that come.
That's still the stop what you're doing, go find the nearest female that you can,
Yeah.
and just go. Excuse my French, ladies. Hopefully, ladies are listening to our program, but I want to offend you here. Start humping her. Because you remember that when they used to play it at the clubs and stuff like that. They used to play at the club. They played it
Yeah.
doing don't stop, doo. Listen, I don't know what would happen, but every woman would get up and run to the dance floor and just start dancing. And back
I don't
then they
know.
were.
I don't know
Go ahead.
about that part because when I first went to a club, that song was like decades old. So my first time in the actual club, that song was decades old.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I
That's
wasn't a
cool.
club guy back in the day. So
I mean, neither am I. But sometimes we like, I would go to like Lisa. I go to like a birthday party or something like that.
yeah,
At the maybe at the Stinger
yeah,
or
yeah. I've been to those. Yeah, yeah. I've been to a lot of
shout
those.
out shout out to the Stinger. Shout out to
Yeah,
Roy's
no.
Comfort Zone up the street. This is back then when you could actually go out and nothing would happen to you. I mean, all right, well you might, you might. No, you're not gonna get robbed. I doubt it. No,
Not
it
at the
depends on
Stinger,
how you.
no.
No, because everybody was looking for girls and stuff like that. We weren't worried about all that, you know.
I've been to Stinger many
Um,
times, like after hours, and
hmm
nothing never happened.
Yeah, yeah, same here. I've been like stingers on the third, second, and the first floor, and nothing. Yeah, nothing. Thank goodness nothing happened to me, by the grace of God. But yeah, so we're back here. We're still here on the Illadelf podcast. We're here talking about the Wu, and the Wu's anniversary is tomorrow. And another question to you, Mike. Um, when the Wu came out with their solo projects, what do you think the best solo project was? Like in regards to like Iron Man, you got Cuban Links, you have Takal, you have Return to the 36, you got what's the Genius's joint? Genius's joint
Different
is
sorts.
Liquid Swords. Damn, sheesh, that joint was all that too. Liquid Swords. Then you got Capadonna. You got all types of stuff. So what is your favorite Wu solo project and why?
My favorite is Purple Tape. This is my top 10 albums of all time.
Mm, mm. Okay, and why is that? Talk to me.
I was just trying to read this message.
Oh, okay,
Give me an alert that got a little bit of time left. But
okay.
why is
Oh,
it
we
the
got
best?
no worries.
Yeah, why is it the best?
Mm-hmm.
Because to me it's like telling like a long story.
Complete with skips.
One, yeah, it was like a complete album. I can listen to it from maybe except with the exception of one song that's at the end of the album that I can listen
what?
to that whole album straight through.
What's the last song on the album? Is it
I think it's Heaven and Hell.
What do you believe in heaven or hell? That joint?
Yeah,
Okay. That was actually all right. I mean,
it's
I
not a
thought it was
bad
pretty
song. I
dope.
can listen to it.
So basically, what you're saying, that's how you know that's a good album because that's like the worst of a best album on the worst of
Yeah,
a good bad song on a best album.
yeah, I can listen to the
You know,
song. I just don't. It's not my favorite on the album. It's like the least favorite of the song joint on the album.
right? But you listen to it just to complete the album.
Yeah,
Got you. I hear you. I hear you on that one.
and that's one of the
Um,
few albums that I can listen to from front to back.
mm,
Ready to Die is one, the other one.
okay.
Um, Iron Man is another one I can listen to probably from front to back.
Iron Man was good too. I liked Iron Man.
Of
I
course,
love.
the 30 into the 36 chambers I can do that.
Oh, Old Dirty.
Old Dirty I can too.
Oh,
Like
Old Dirty. Yeah.
he has a couple of songs tracks I might skip here and there, but I can listen to it all the way through.
No. Like Old Dirty, I can listen to this joint all the way through. Like it's funny because like Old Dirty is like because it's like his stuff is like off kilter, but if you're a hip hop head, you know everything. All that stuff makes sense. So like because it's offbeat, on beat flow. Like I still think that nobody can actually like replicate his style and stuff like that. Like and that's the perfect name from the Old Dirty Bastard because there's no father to his style. Like that's his own style.
You can probably even say he was the first singing rapper because he does sing a little on the album. It's not
Oh
good.
yeah, yeah. Yo, what's that? Sugar pie?
Yeah.
Sweet sugar pie? Yeah,
Crazy thing is,
yeah.
I'll listen to a whole album of Dirty singing. I'll do that.
Hmm.
If it's
One of
just an
my
album, him he just singing like
yeah, yo.
old tunes from back in the day, I'll buy it.
What's the joint that he was talking about with his teacher and stuff like that?
Oh yeah,
And they're
yeah.
like blah
Don't you
blah
know?
blah 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 blah. Like oh
Yeah.
oh I begged easy on my they as fragile as eggs. Whoo, part two coming up. You know, like, yo,
But I do got a question about
talk to me.
Joe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I don't remember which episode it was. I know it was early on in the season, maybe the
Okay.
third or fourth episode.
Mm-hmm.
They actually showed Ghost Iron Man album in the store. So my thing was,
Mm.
it was well, how were they broke if Iron Man was out in the stores? I believe that sold well.
It, well, because probably because of licensing, maybe. Because you know what? Because they did a lot of like on Iron Man showing, they did a lot of sampling on that, so that could have been part of that. They probably had to pay, pay the people, and also like, but it's also in regards to like to their contracts too. Like their contracts were pretty like ironclad. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like And then also too, this is just from like divine standpoint and stuff like that. Like, when you get a lot of money and stuff like that from your album sales, like, you're gonna buy some extravagant things and stuff like that. So they were probably just spending the money as fast as spending the money as fast as they got it. So um, especially like Meth, because like everybody was doing different things. Like Meth was like doing movies and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And then they had like the Wu Wear store and stuff like that. Like, I mean, Wu was taking over.
yeah,
I mean, Wu was like if you didn't know what Wu Tang was, then something's wrong with you. But I think it was more of like contract disputes and stuff like that. Because you remember when you were watching the documentary, like when they were like doing the filming and stuff like that, they for some reason they will always argue with Divine. Like there was always an argument. There's always like, yo man, like where's the money at? This and that, da 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 da, blah 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 blah. And such, and I can't do this, I can't feed my family with this money because this and that. And Divine was like, listen, man, like yo, like I gave you guys the money, and I gave you guys the contract. You signed off on it. It wasn't my fault that you signed off on that. This and
yeah,
that. And I still think now my part, see, my thing on that is a lot of people are picking Divine to be the villain, which in some cases that he is, because it's kind of like friends and money should never mix and stuff like that, especially when you're doing business with each other and stuff like that. But yeah, man, hopefully, I mean, I just hope that when time goes by, they'll all sit down and come to like some type of agreement. Everybody will say, listen, I messed up, you messed up, I'm gonna hold myself
you know what?
accountable. Or yeah,
You are
go for
right.
it.
I'm sorry. Ray
Yeah,
did
go ahead.
come out first. Ray came out in '95. You're
Oh
right.
yeah, yeah,
Ghost
it
came
was
out in '96. That's what
yeah,
I was doing. I was double checking.
that was a Mob Deep Raekwon summer.
Yeah,
That was crazy. That was mm,
yeah,
that
no.
was that was a good summer. I still talk about that summer to this day. Like that, what was that, 95 or 96? I
In
think it was
'95.
90.
Yeah, my came out in '95.
Man, man, rest in peace to Prodigy. I mean, man, man. Then the crazy part is, since they were both on Loud Records, they were on each other's albums. They were making collaboration on each other's albums. Nas was on that album, on both of them, because Nas was on Raekwon's joint.
I
And
don't mean to cut you short. I'm sorry, but we got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left.
okay,
You're just
cool.
gonna cut us off.
No worries, no worries, no worries. I know this is, we're talking about the Wu, so just I know there's not enough time like to talk about the Wu and everything like that. But in
We might have
regard
to
now
have a
for
part two to this.
oh yeah, most definitely. Now for me, I think mine was, it's kind of like a toss up. It's like it's Iron Man and of course the purple tape. So it depends on how I'm feeling that day. It's kind of like 1A, 1B, because both of them are telling stories. If it came down like now for production, because both productions for both albums were A+,
Yeah.
but I'm taking the purple tape with the smidge over Iron Man. That's just me. That's just me, because
Yeah,
that.
we definitely gotta have a part two to this because
Mhm.
I like Ghost's second album more than I like Iron Man.
Oh, Supreme Clientele.
Yeah.
Yeah, Supreme Clientele has some nice. They have some good skits in there too. Quiet as
Uh-huh.
kept. They have better skits than Iron Man, but I think Iron Man was um Iron Man like lyrically.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, lyrically, yes. I mean, from start now, that's an album I can listen from start to finish. From, I put trademarks around your eyes all the way to the end.
I'm still trying to figure out what movie that's from.
um,
Because one of the skits is from JD's Revenge.
mm-hmm. Okay,
I'm like, what movie is this from?
yeah, I didn't know that movie that's from too, because I thought it was from the Warriors, but it was from something else. So, but yeah, definitely Iron Man and the Purple Tape, like 1A, 1B. I think number two would probably be what, like Liquid Swords, I guess.
Yeah, it's a slept on album.
Yeah, it is slept on. You know why? It was making too much sense. That's why.
Yeah.
It was too. Sometimes we don't want to be woke. Sometimes we just want to be entertained. That's just me. Like sometimes I don't want to be. I don't want to, like, that's like Nas and Hove. Like sometimes I don't want to be. I don't want to wake up to the world. Sometimes I just want to just. I want to be entertained by some lyrics and stuff like that. I don't
Yeah.
want to be all, go to the library, read this book and stuff like that. I mean, I do. I mean, I'm an avid reader, but not
I
right now.
mean, I fell into that category when it came out. I liked the
Mm-hmm.
album when it came out, but I love it more now that I'm older. I can
Right.
comprehend the lyrics better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's one of my favorite albums now.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And Nas is he's a rapper's rapper anyway. So,
Yeah.
even your favorite rapper likes Nas. So, looks like we got less than a minute to go. So we're gonna save this time for shout outs and thank yous and everything like that. Mike, you got any shout outs?
Just shout out to everybody who's attempted to support us on this web series, this
Mm-hmm.
web podcast.
That's right.
Hopefully, you continue to support us. We're trying
Mm-hmm.
to put out good shows.
Oh, we always do. We always do. So, yeah, I always, send a shout out to everybody. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to my man Mike. And yeah, shout out to my Clippers too, man. Hopefully we're gonna beat Brooklyn
Even
tonight.
though I did get a little feedback a couple days ago,
Oh
or
yeah.
maybe a week ago, that
Okay.
we needed to put out more material for the ladies to want to listen to bring
Mm-hmm.
them,
Well,
So
we're gonna
I think
we're
we
gonna
need
do
to
that
start.
too. We can
Yeah,
start that next week.
yeah.
Yeah, we can start that next week for the ladies. All right, cool. And then it's on. Then well, listen, we got